we have a, we're at the, we're at the Colton Motel. We have a lot of activity. 33 and 34 we get, there's a lot of activity on 33. My maids won't even vacuum with their backs to the back. You know what I mean? Where they're, anything coming, and it's the closet is like really bad. In 34 you hear this scratching all the time. It's like it's almost like somebody's like on wood. It's like, and you hear it a lot. 32, like I said, is where that snake figure came out and it scared that crap out of that 10-year-old girl. And they left. In 27, on the opposite side of the hotel, behind where we're looking at, it's a room sort of closest to the cemetery. There's a lot of activity in there to where the beds have even adjusted and moved. Now my maid has been in cleaning, and they'll have, you know how when you make a bed you flatten it out, and she comes back in, it looks like something's sitting flat. Just sat right in the center of the bed. It happens all the time. So I'm just figuring, did those college kids, it scared me because I said, they opened something up, it's something,
Now, how long you been here?
I've been here, it'll be a year and a half.
And it's been happening ever since then?
I've always had stuff happen. Yeah, the college kids come,
made it worse.
That just happened a couple months ago, to where we shut down, room number 32 down so nobody would go in it. Because it was really, really bad.
Is 32 still shut down?
No, it's back open now. I did all kinds of prayers, all kinds of things in that room. And we just now recently started, I haven't had anything happen in there. But it's a given, 27, 33, 34. It's always something going on.
Have you seen anything outside?
Yeah, the mass which I told your wife about, I was sitting out here, and a lot of times in the summertime I sit out here, and it was like smoke, but it wasn't smoke. It was like scattered, but not full.
Ecto.
And it went right across the pool, and I watched it. It went right across the pool, right into 34. And then it was gone.
Okay.
I only ever seen that once, and then a bunch of us, like in the summertime, we all sit out by the pool. And remember I told you where they were looking up there and they saw the soldiers with no feet?
Yeah.
And we all saw it. It wasn't just like one person. There was a bunch of us out here, and we're like, oh my God, why don't they have any feet?
And that was right up here?
Yeah, that was right up by the cemetery. You see where the light post is?
Yeah.
You see where that hole is? Because we even ran up to check it. And there was nobody up in the cemetery.
Okay.
But you could see there was no bottom half. It just wigged us out. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on here, and I just, if somebody can just give me a little insight.
Oh, she'll definitely give you. Now, I won't say nothing to her because she'll probably pick out other things too that are here.
Well,
too,
I'm sure. We have a gentleman that come in, and I have a lot of paranormal people that stay here, and they do different things. But it seems like nobody can get it to go away.
Right.
And this isn't like it doesn't seem like it's the normal thing. You deal with a lot of stuff, and I've dealt with it my whole life, but whatever it is, it's bad. You get that bad feeling.
Well, here's the thing too: is remember spirits. People say to get it to go away. We can't make it go away. We can calm it down.
Right. Yeah.
We can probably calm it down some, and where everybody can get along.
Right.
Oh,
I don't have a problem.
Cohabitate more or less.
Right. I have no problem. I've dealt with it, like I said, my whole life, but it's just got into. When you have your housekeeper and stuff, and the one housekeeper, she just left. She's not coming back, and that's because of this situation happened. Doors shut all the time, and it just amazes me that you live in Gettysburg for so long, and I've not just worked in hotels in Gettysburg and other places as well, but how it went from such a nice, you weren't scared, but now going into 34 and 33, it's almost scary.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
When your maid don't want to go in by herself, something's wrong.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
So hopefully you guys can figure out what's going on, and I do appreciate so much that you guys are coming over to do this for me.
Well, we can't wait. 'Cause we love Gettysburg is like the third most haunted landmass in America.
Right.
The third most haunted landmass.
Right.
And for her opening up a shop here and then us doing investigations all around here, and then we travel too. But this is what we want to do, is try to help out the locals.
Absolutely.
You guys are local.
Well, you're
we try
gonna
to
have a lot of people that are gonna need help.
Oh, I know.
My friend just bought a farmhouse. They come from Delaware and bought one.
Yeah.
She wasn't in there a night. And she was telling her husband, don't stop creeping up these stairs. It wasn't him. You know what I mean? He was asleep. So, and she's like, Brenda, I'm gonna need some help. And I was like, I will talk to whoever I can, but I need to get this figured out first, because I have a lot of guests. July's like a big time.
It is.
I don't need anybody screaming and ripping up out of the room.
Yep.
and people think it's funny.
Yeah.
But when it happens to them, it's no longer funny.
It's not funny anymore.
You know.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yep.
But now, is there anything else I can do for you? Or you're just gonna look around.
No, we're just gonna walk around and
Okay,
see what's
yep.
happening. Ready?
Move.
Where's the motel? Here's the sign over here, Greg. I'm gonna get the Colton Motel sign. Okay. This is in the background.
Yeah, let's move on over here. So.
How's that? This way, get that loud, I guess. Right here. Okay. Good.
Move over. See how it looks.
Damn, I'm good looking, man. Shit. How's this? Like this, relax.
I think that's good.
Good. Yep.
Okay, it's recording. Go ahead.
This is JB, Haunted Gettysburg at the Colton Motel. We have been asked here by management to see what lurks on this property. 34, 33 are very, very, very haunted from what tourists and the management says. Us, we're going to come here, we're going to investigate, we're going to try to debunk. If we can't debunk, we're going to try to tell management exactly what's going on here. What we're going to do now is we're going to walk around the property for a few minutes, get a good glimpse of what's going on, and then we're going to wrap it up until Monday night. I'll walk up. Get me walking.
Okay. And action.
This is 34. Immense activity in 34. Can't wait. 32. They just reopened 32. Tourists would not stay there. They just reopened it because it's slowed down some. I can't wait.
All right.
As we tour this property tonight, I want to show you. Behind me is the National Cemetery. The general manager of this property, Colton Motel, said that her and the workers saw 4 to 5 soldiers standing right about where I'm at. They walked over to that hole and disappeared. They had no legs. This place is a hotbed for paranormal activity. Now we're going to move over to room number 27, which is our next stop on this adventure.
And action.
Right here's 27. We don't want to bother the tourists because, of course, it's a weekend and it's packed. But this is another room that we will be investigating. We will be investigating this whole property to try and give the managers and owners a peace of mind. So until Monday night, when me and Madame Della, our faithful psychic, walks through this whole property, we will see you again.
Go.
What really tops this off, a few months ago, college students were in number 34, and they were playing with a Ouija board, and the owners and management said that the activity actually got more intense after this occurred because the college students left in the middle of the night. I cannot wait. Good.
Rocket.
This is JB, Devil Dog Paranormal Research Team. We're at the Colton in Gettysburg, the motel. The owners and Brenda have called us here. She's the management.
Okay.
Hey, this is JB. We're back here at the Colton Motel. Right here in haunted Gettysburg. We've been asked here by management and the owners to come here and see what carouses around here at night and scares off some of the tourists. Some of these stories are amazing. We stopped in last week, got some stories, and now we're here tonight with Madame Della, psychic, to do an actual walkthrough of some of the rooms that have scared off some of the tourists. We're going to go over here and we're going to talk to Brenda and Mel. Brenda is management and Mel is the housekeeper who has had a lot of experiences. So right now we're going to walk over. They're sitting up on the patio of the Colton.
She knew I was filming.
Oh yeah, she looks pretty. I'm like,
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
I could have put makeup on.
Yeah, very good. That's pretty skin.
Thank you.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, this is JB again with Devil Dog Paranormal Research Team. We're up on the patio of the Colton Motel. This is Brenda, management, and this is Mel, housekeeper. Mel, can you tell me some of the experiences you've had in some of the rooms and the number of the rooms?
Well, I was in room number 32, which is the one where we felt something evil in there. I was speaking to the spirit because I was talking to it and telling it, you know, you want help or something here, you know, what can we do for you? And I felt my hair go like this. So I shut my vacuum cleaner off thinking that's what did it. And then I felt my hair on the other side go like this. And then as I was walking around the room later on, I felt something brush across my hand. But I did not see anything. I just felt something there. I was in room 33, which was the upper one, just last week or the week before, and I was bent over, and I felt something poke me in the behind. And as I turned around, there was nothing there.
Must be a soldier.
Yeah. Room 26, that was last summer. I went in the room, the window was open. I closed the window, went back out of the bathroom, went back in a few minutes later, and the window was open again. And I know I had closed it, because I remember thinking, why do people have it open when their AC was running? And I know I had closed it when I did that. What other rooms have we had things?
27.
27, yes. When you go into room 27, you can stand in a spot and you feel cold. You step over a few feet, it's not cold anymore. When you step back to where the cold was, it's not there anymore. Then if you go somewhere else in the room, you'll feel it. So it follows you around in there. I've heard voices before. Not really, I can't say I can say I understand what they said, but I hear voices on occasion. We've had guests experience things. We had a man, one night he said his shoe went flying across the room. Him and his wife both felt something tickle their feet during the night. He had taken his glasses off, laid them on the dresser. When he got up in the morning, the one lens was missing. And he found it laying on the floor between the beds. Room 28, remember?
Mm-hmm.
The people saw the muzzle flash from the gun. They heard the drums.
Mm-hmm.
Their duffel bag zippered and unzippered. We've had people say their toilets flush in the middle of the night.
Our most famous thing is I stay, in season, I stay in the apartment below 33. You constantly hear, I thought, what I considered a tap dancer. It's, you know, tap shoes. And I was sitting on the front porch and I saw one of like reenactors come up and I heard his shoes and I, you know, stopped him. I said, what's on the bottom of your shoes? And he said, well, people used to wear that to make their shoes last longer back in the Civil War.
Right.
So that's what I kept hearing. And lately, my son, which stays here, he was here by himself. I was actually out of town, and he heard this baby cry. Like it was like a little, like whining cry. He ran out and went over and sat in the office with Richie because he was scared because I wasn't here. 34, constant stuff going on, which is the room right next to my room. We took somebody in there that wanted to see 34 because they do hear about it. And you heard this, I mean, it was like scratching on wood. It was like real, like clawing noise. And I asked both of them at the time, I said, go ahead and leave. I said, just go out of the room. I even went in and blessed it with people, you know, tried to say prayers, but when it'll get to my door, like any equipment that I use, as soon as it gets to the door, because doors connect all of these, and I have the only key to it, the only key that will separate these doors. And now that door from 34 to 33, which I can show you, was opened. There's no way that door could have opened unless I unlocked it, because I'm the only one that has the key to unlock any of the doors that separate the rooms. And you hear doors slam, lights going by themselves upstairs, the curtains open and close. I mean, it was not as active until, I'm going to say about 2 months ago. We had a college in, and they were in they actually took up the whole side, 32 up to 28. And that morning, when she went in, is when she, you know, was like, Brenda, I can't clean in there. I don't want to go in there. And I went in, and it almost felt like when you walked in, like something just blasted you in your chest, and it was like real tight. And I was like, you know what? So we shut that room down for almost 2 weeks. I mean, going in and saying blessings, you know, please, you know, don't bother us, don't bother our, you know, guest. And a lot of people leave that room terrified in 34. It's very active. The TV comes on by itself. I don't know if you guys would remember back, we will remember, but I mean, yeah, we probably all remember. Do you remember when the TV used to shut off and you would have the red, the blue, the gray, and then it would say the national anthem and go off?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
Okay? That I've seen on any TV. Well, in 34, my daughter was up visiting and she stayed in there. The TV come on by itself. That screen came up, okay? And she would scream. She was like, Mom, come here. And I went in, and the only time I ever remember seeing that was when I was a child. And then you heard the national anthem, and the TV would go off because there was no more, it didn't run 24 hours a day then. And she jumped and scooted. Now, I don't know about any cable companies around here, but I haven't seen that in 25 years. And I'm 41. And it scared her. We have a lot of problems with the electric, the TVs. I mean, my manager that works nighttime, he got a call down to the office, okay? And he answers, and we're assuming it's somebody calling from a room. And they said, I'm in room 117. We don't have a room 117.
Right.
So he went up to 17 just to check to make sure it wasn't wrong, and there was nobody in that room. Nobody was renting that room. So where are you coming up with these numbers?
Right.
We did have a gentleman that passed away in 37. He used to work here, and he died on the job. I think he had a massive heart attack.
Yeah. Okay.
People claim that they see a lot of stuff. The bathroom door opens and shuts, opens and shuts, opens and shuts.
Shower curtains.
The shower curtains, yeah, the
we had that
27.
happen 27 with that lady.
There was a business lady here, and she was in the shower. And of course, I do my nightly walks to make sure no cars are being messed with and nobody's doing anything they ain't supposed to be doing. I heard this scream. I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna walk around the corner. Somebody's gonna be jacked. So and here she, and that big woman, big woman. I mean, I'm a big woman, big woman. And you know our little bath towels we have, right?
Yeah.
That's all she had. Trucking across this park. I mean, I saw Chewbacca for the first time in my life. She was just screaming. And I was working night shift in the office. I had to actually put her in 11 and leave the doors open because she was scared. Now, like I said, if she was pretending, she did an Academy Award, because I had to run and get, I mean, I don't know anybody that would just run out of a room, but the shower curtain opened while she was showering.
So 27 to 33 is the most active room?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're down here?
Let me,
Yes.
There's a pool?
There's
27, 33, 34, 36, and 26.
Right.
Okay.
And then 32.
32 is where the little girl, her and her dad were coming in. They did a pit stop here. She was at the desk, and once I take you in there, I'll show you it's a desk. She was playing with her Barbies and whatever. All the lights were on, the TV was on, her dad was laying on the bed. Well, her dad called me and said, we can't stay here. We have to leave. And I was like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
And he started to tell me, and I could hear his daughter screaming, and she was like 10 years old. She saw this, and she explained it to a T. A snake-like figure come out of the bathroom, like where the bathroom is, out of the wall, and it looked at her, and she said the eyes were all white. I mean, and they didn't stay. They were gone. I mean, she wasn't playing.
Okay.
And then we were sitting out here last summer. There was a bunch of us sitting out here. And we were all looking up there, and they caught my attention because it was actually bike week. And we looked up, and they saw like 3 soldiers, and they were like, what are they doing up in the cemetery? And then we were all looking, they didn't have no body.
The cemetery is very, very
And
close.
this was over the July, it was right
First thing
after
I
the
noticed.
reenactment.
Okay. First thing when I came on the property is I noticed how close the cemetery is, and the pool is a huge conductor.
Well, that's where I explained to your
Huge,
husband.
Huge conductor.
The black mass. I was walking from the office over here, and I saw it go across the parking lot, and it wasn't like smoke filled. It was almost like separated, but it was still in a clump, and it went right across the pool. And I watched this with my own eyes. It went right across the pool, right into 34. It just went right through. I couldn't almost believe what I was seeing, but it wasn't smoke. It was like a. It wasn't even a mist. It seemed like it was more formed, but it was like I'm trying to explain it. Like if you put a whole bunch of pepper down, it has spaces in between it,
Yeah.
and it's black,
Uh-huh.
and it just moved, and it wasn't one shape. It was like all like,
It was undulating.
and it was
We've
just.
seen that before.
It glid. I mean, it went
Yeah,
right
we've
across
seen
the
that
pool
before.
into 34, and it scared
Changed
the
shape
crap
as
out of
it
me.
moved.
Yes, it was like, and it wasn't like even, or I mean, it was just weird looking, and I'll never forget seeing that.
We saw that one big Halloween presentation. See it moving.
It's on our DVD.
Oh yeah, it shot like it shot stuff at
Up
it.
in
It's
the
hard to
attic.
explain, but
Remember
like
shooting
shot
it?
stuff at it.
Remember Diane
It's
and
gonna be
Bolton
interesting.
was shooting at me?
Yeah.
Saying
Some
it's
of
there,
that
you know.
I mean, there's just a lot of things, and I mean, I was never scared before until the 32 incident in room 32 when she saw
Right.
that, and that's when the activity started getting worse, worse. And I noticed the college kids bringing in Ouija boards, and I was like, please don't do that on my property. Put it back, because I mean, I come from a long line. Don't mess with Ouija boards. You know, don't play with them. And I think when the college kids, and I'm not saying for sure if this is what had happened, but I think they might have been playing with something and opened a hole or something. And they think it's funny, but it's not funny for other people, because you can open stuff, believe me, you can open stuff that don't want to come out. So I just want to find out what it is and why it's so angry and why it hovers.
You are the most convincing individual we have ever interviewed. Ever.
What do you mean?
I totally believe that there is something here.
I'm scared to death. I mean, I'm
believe it.
scared.
I can hear it in your voice.
I mean,
It's like
right.
she's dead
You know it,
serious
yeah.
about these rooms.
I mean, I make a bed and like I'll lay the sheet out flat, it's nice and smooth. I'll turn, I'll come back, and I'll see wrinkles like someone laid there. Now that's up in room 27, so you know, how'd that wrinkles get there? You know?
Yeah, no one
I'm
came
not
in.
imagining all this, you know.
So, tell me about the housekeeper, the one that just off and left that you were talking about. She just quit.
Yeah, she
Did
was
that
scared.
have anything to do with the activity? Did she see something?
Yeah.
Or like,
No, she was scared of the ghost, and it scared her. She left.
That was my question.
They don't like it. I mean, you don't even have to tell them. You know what I mean? But just the stuff that goes on. I mean, it's creepy. I want to know why I'm getting woke up 3 or 4 times a night too. And my son, every night, 3 or 4 times, we wake up, and that it's like clockwork. Boom, boom, boom. I cannot tell you the last time I slept through the night.
We waking up at the same time.
We wake up at the same time all the time.
What time is it?
About no, well sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4.
212.
2:12, yeah.
For some reason, 212. I've woken up at 212 probably 5 or 6 times since I've been here. And that's just odd to me. 212 just seems like a weird time to wake up. And it's always 212. Like 4 or 5 times it's been 212 exactly when I woke up.
And your name, sir?
Paul.
I'm JB. And this is
Nice to meet you.
Paul.
Yeah,
You're
well,
what, the
Paul,
son?
he won't- he's the
Brenda?
one that vacuums
All right.
upstairs with his
Yeah.
back towards anything.
So,
There is a room up there, and I want
What
you to check
activity
this
have you
closet out, okay?
I've helped housekeepers
Well,
clean and stuff.
My
Right.
daughter is
In
15, like I
33,
said, I have 4 kids, so my daughter's
just,
come up to visit,
I
and
mean,
Blake,
I don't
I'm telling
normally
you what,
have any sort of like ability
she'll go
to
up with me,
like
and she'll stand
sense
on
the
the desk.
dead or anything like that.
Right.
But that
She's
room
scared
to
to
me
move.
is just,
You
it
just
freaks
feel
me out.
nobody
creepy.
puts it
Every
back towards
closet in
anything.
that room
I mean,
I
no
cannot
does,
look
but
at.
Paulie, he
I
won't.
can't vacuum.
He will not
in the
go in any.
room
I mean, he
without
will
my
not
back
vacuum with
towards
his
the
back
wall
towards any
because
of
I'm scared
those.
something's gonna
I mean,
walk up
it's
behind me.
so
okay.
I
not
mean,
right. Now, when you
Mel's
walk
been
up there,
poked
you'll be able to
there.
tell the
She-
difference. I mean,
she
right
bent
away.
over and she got poked
And I'm
in
not
the
gonna say
butt.
what room.
Right.
I'll let you pick
She
because I know
was
you're gonna
sucking
pick it
my
up.
back
But
in her pockets.
everybody, they're like, oh my God,
There's
it's so
nothing there.
heavy in here.
Right.
But I just want to find out if it's trying to hurt somebody. If, I mean,
Okay.
if I
It's
can
just a
help
creepy
it, I
room.
would
That
be really
room
happy
in
to help
particular,
anybody.
and like Mel said, up in 27, like the
Right
guy
up
up
to the
there for
college
some
kids
reason he
here.
really likes messing up the beds.
Mhm.
We had a guest
And I don't
that
like it.
she came running out of her room with nothing but a towel because
No,
her
that was this
shower
year.
curtain
That
got
was
ripped
just
off.
about,
Okay.
And
I'd
stuff
say
like that.
probably about 3 or 4 months ago. She was, I
That
mean, I'm
stuff
telling you,
happens all the time.
she was
All
10.
right.
I asked her dad how old she was, and let me tell you what.
Okay.
This is JB. Back again to let you know that we are going to be walking this property with Madam Della. We heard from some of the witnesses. Witnesses being Mel, the housekeeper, Paul, the manager Brenda, her son, has had some experience, but not a lot. Mel has quite a lot of experience as far as activity goes. We're going to check out some of those rooms that she's had some activity in, and then we're going to have Brenda actually open up the rooms that are available for us to look at tonight with Madam Della, so we can see what kind of feeling Madame Della gets. The main focus of management here is to make sure that we try to at least stem some of the activity. This is the 150th in Gettysburg, and we want to make sure that we try to keep management happy here at the Colton Hotel in haunted Gettysburg. In about 10 seconds, I'm going to have Madame Della come up and give us a little feel. She's walked a little bit, but we're getting ready to grab Madame Della and actually go into these rooms that have the activity. There's actually activity out here in the parking lot too, because once again, this whole area has been battlefield from 150 years ago to Civil War. Okay, she's coming. Okay, now we've grabbed Madame Della, and she's right here with me now. We're getting ready to do this walkthrough, Madame Della, into some of the rooms that are available that has had the activity happen. Like management said, 32 has just been reopened because of the severe activity they've had in there. They had it closed for over 2 weeks. They wouldn't let anyone stay in that. Just by coming here and viewing the property and just doing the walk, very slight walk down here to us, you know, what do you think about this property?
What do you mean? Do I think
As
it's
far as,
haunted?
do you get any feelings?
Yeah, I had feeling. You see, before Brenda started to tell me things, I already knew that someone passed away on the property that worked here.
Yes.
And around the pool area, there are pieces of things that belong to the Civil War.
Okay.
Whether it's body parts or memorabilia or whatever, it extends past that wall through here. It doesn't even stop. It just keeps going.
I'm sure this was all cemetery at one point anyway.
And I think there's a lot of things coming into play. I think there may have been some Ouija board stuff going on in one of the rooms by the college kid group that were here.
Right.
And a few other things, but I need to go into the rooms
Okay.
to figure out what it is.
Well, you know, as we walk into these rooms, I want you to go first.
Okay.
Because if something happens, I can run. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fine. I can go first.
No, I want Madame Della to go first because that sensation of going into that room, that wall sometimes that I feel when I go into a room that has, you know, activity or spirits in there just waiting for us to come in, you know, I feel it sometimes, and I need to make sure that since we're in this haunted Gettysburg and we want to try to quell some of this activity in here, that Madame Della goes in first so that she knows what she's up against, and then she can tell us what we're up against.
No problem.
Agreed upon. All right, what we're going to do first is we're going to get the management to come over and open up the rooms for us, and then we'll start our walk of the property and the rooms.
Okay.
Okay, we're walking the property now with Madame Della. She's going to walk around here to the room 27 area where they've had activity. We cannot go in the room tonight because, of course, you know, it's inhabited. It has been rented out to a tourist. But she can go over that area and see if she gets any feel. I'm sure she will. Come along with me, Greg, as we follow her.
See what we get. So this is 27.
Right here in
This
this
is
corner
27.
is 27.
And this is 26. Somebody, both of them are occupied.
Okay.
Um,
You can walk up there if you want.
oh, yeah, sure. You can walk up. Nobody's going to say anything to you.
Yeah.
There's a little something up here.
Okay.
Yeah, there is something, but it's involving the tree on the property here. I think someone may have passed away under the tree area. Actually, a few people.
Okay.
A long time ago.
I'm sure it was a smaller tree back then.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Well, I mean, like I said, with the history that I did on the place, this was where a lot of the arms, the legs, the parts of the bodies, the people that were dead were thrown here.
Right.
It just, to me, it feels like the property, even though there's the walls and the fences and everything,
Yeah.
I don't see that right now. I
Right.
see one big, huge field
Right.
full of
Body parts and stuff.
yeah.
Right.
I actually think this was paved. Things are still here under the property,
Yes.
especially back this area back here.
We'll probably never get everything out. Just like anything else, we'll never get everything out.
When I walk through the room, it's all right.
That was room 27 and 26. Now we're going to work our way over here to rooms 32, 33, 34, 36, 37. We do have access to those, so we'll be able to walk inside of these rooms where the major activity has occurred. We're kind of following Madam Della and the manager right now of the property. So we're going to go in room 32 first.
Yes, everything is, and I don't know if it's everything. Yes, you do, always.
We're going to let Madam Della go in first.
That's
right?
what it feels like. It feels like a
Well, no, she can actually, I don't really want to go in this room. I don't like this room, okay?
Open it, we'll go in.
You guys can go from there. It just really, I don't like it.
As you see, the management doesn't really want to go in some of the rooms, and we don't have a problem with going in. Greg, if you hear a scream, you need to drag me out. That way, you know,
I'm
good.
saving the camera.
Well, you can put the camera in one hand and grab me with the other.
Okay.
All right. Let's head on in. Got a lopsided feeling already.
yeah.
There is a lopsided feeling in
Yeah,
here.
back here. Right here. In this area. Where the water is and the pipes and the underground system.
Mhm.
This is where the energy is. Yeah. See the light kind of.
Flickers. Okay. Good,
The
Greg.
light flickered and then when I touched it, it kind of. Right now, the activity that I get is this back part of the room. Like that corner, as you turn the corner, and then right in here. And that's probably all the water
Conductor.
and the pipes and everything. But also off balance.
Oh, I'm definitely off balance in this room.
I don't really feel anything malicious, just an effect right now. An effect.
So just go in there.
Thank you.
Not going in there either.
Yeah.
She's
Man,
not going to 34 either.
Yeah, I feel off balance and kind of like, I don't know if it's electrical or the water.
Right. We'll be able to tell that stuff with our equipment. When we do come
Definitely,
out.
it has a, you know what, the room has a depression to it.
Yes, it
And that's
does.
what it is. It's a
Yes.
depression. Because of so many things.
Room 32.
Yeah. Room 32, yeah.
A lot of activity. This is where the snake figure came out of the wall.
Yeah,
And the
back.
10-year-old girl ran to her father and they both exited the room.
Okay.
Okay, Madam Della. Diane, if you can get that door behind Greg.
I will.
Thank you.
Yeah, just, kind of crooked.
Thanks.
Now mind you, remember, it's 2 rooms.
Yep.
Yeah, this one is what she's talking about
Yeah.
here.
Okay. I'm going to point. We're getting ready to head into 34, and there is 2 entrances. Because it's 2 rooms, it's sort of like a small suite. There's a lot of activity in this room also. We're going to let Madam Della go in first.
This is a little cubby hole.
Oh,
See?
okay.
But,
You feel anything in there?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Just go ahead and insert it.
There's a,
Just the pool closet.
Yes, you feel something.
Okay.
yeah, there's a worker in here.
The worker's in here?
Uh-huh.
The worker's in there. It's probably the worker who passed away that we got, you know, wind of from management.
work on
He
him.
passed away.
Yeah, he's still here on the property. He didn't leave.
So we're going to go into 34 now.
That was really, 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 really weird. This one has the same feeling. It's not as bad as the other one.
Really, really awkward feeling right here.
Depression.
In between these rooms, there's
I'm
an
afraid
awkward
the man
feeling.
dying here on the property had a little bit to do with what's going on. The worker. Yeah, crooked.
Mm-hmm.
Crooked.
Yeah, crooked feeling.
All right. Is somebody staying in this room?
I don't know. I don't
Is there
think so.
somebody actually staying in here?
I don't know. She said no.
Really?
Yeah. This looks to their apartment, so they may.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
There's something in there. Is there a person in there?
In there? Yeah.
Um, I probably wouldn't stay in this hotel. Not really. There is super depression here. Back here, I imagine the whole place is the same, but between the man who died working here, a cemetery extending onto the property, the swimming pool, and some other negativity that's attached to the rooms. I shouldn't say negativity, I should say behaviors.
It's a real heavy.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable staying in here.
Yeah, arms are real heavy feeling.
It feels like it's gonna suck the life out of you.
Yeah,
It feels like something in that room watching us.
I know.
It just
That's why I
does.
kept
That's
looking
why I had
over
to go
there.
look and looked at the TV as a reflection to see if I could see something. Really weird, really odd feeling in this room.
No, it's could it be electrical?
We're gonna find out. There's a lot of electric in here because this Colton Motel's, excuse me, relatively old. It's about 50 years old. As you see, the electric is old electric, so sometimes it's not, shall we say, insulated properly like the new electric would be today. It could cause a big EMF field. So when we come out to do the actual investigation, our meters and everything will be able to tell us, if these people are getting hit with an EMF field, which makes you delusional, see things, do all kinds of crazy stuff when it affects your brain. Madame Della does get some insight and some feelings on, some people who died here,
Absolutely.
but the thing is these people that see things could be affected by this old electricity. So we will be able to tell once we come out and do the investigation. So we're going to go ahead and mosey out of here and go up to rooms 36, 34, and 37. You getting anything else, Madame Della?
Definitely the gentleman that passed away on the property, the instant massive heart attack. He did not move from his property.
Is he following us?
You know what? I don't know if he's in here, but he was in the first room that we went into, and the pool area between.
Right.
It has such a putrid, like a smell in there. If you guys walked in there, you can smell that.
In that little tiny workroom?
Yeah. Yeah, but right now I'm working on his name because I do think that he's still on the property.
Right.
And I do think that the room where the little girl saw the snake, there was a lot of abuse in that room.
That was 32.
Unfortunately, with that child and the father. So I can't really get into it more than that because it upsets me. But whether or not she saw that figure, we'll have to do the investigation to find out if there's something like that here.
Right.
But I think that there was something else going on with her. Okay, physical, her body, physical body, because something isn't right with that room. Period. But this place has got a lot of electric exposed because you can feel it when you walk in. You can feel that electricity. So we'll have to see.
We're going to move on to the next area.
4, 5, 6, 7 going on.
Bother you what you're seeing.
Damn, that's sort of crap. I'm American kids.
Okay, we're heading up to room 33 now with Madame Della. The management's son just opened the door for us, so we're gonna head up the steps, Madam Della.
Afraid I'm gonna fall.
Yeah. Riding up the steps, do not fall, Greg. Diane, catch
I'll
us
catch
back.
him.
I can't ever
Be
get them
careful,
to do it.
please.
I'll ask them to do it and they won't do it. And I'll say, well, then you
I don't think so this time.
Wow, that's a tricky feeling.
Paul can come out. Paul, you can come out. We gotta let her go first. Thanks. I know it is. Okay, come on in, Greg.
In here.
Right.
I'm not even kidding. This is the worst.
33, Madam Della says this is the worst room she's getting feelings on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. No way.
Weird setup, isn't it?
No, this is bad. Is this the worst room? Oh my god.
Turn the light on in there.
I'm not kidding. I can't find it. Seriously, I thought that was a light switch and it terrified me for a hot second. What the? This is the worst room right here. Whoa. Get out of here. Is there a murder in here? Is this the one she said was the worst one?
Yes.
Which one was it? This
What?
one?
What's that?
This is the worst one. Right here. Get out of here. Something just touched me.
This is the creepiest room. Everybody's saying this is the creepiest room according to my notes. Correct, Paul? Paul the son said yes.
Whoa. Is this 33?
This is 33.
Oh my freaking god. Something happened in this room. I'm not joking. This is current. Somebody got it in this room, for real. Can't even breathe right in here. 33. 33 turns to 6'6". You couldn't pay me to stay in here. Let's have to investigate. Do you feel anything, Diane?
Yeah, just really heavy.
Yeah, real hard to breathe. Hard to breathe in here.
Something's tickling on my arm.
Something touched my hair when I went in the second bedroom. I felt my hair touched in there. Like literally it touched my head up here. And then the other thing is my speech went kind of like a stroke where you can't really, now I'm okay. I'm alright. But I feel like somebody got hurt in here. Like hurt bad. Not in the Civil War either. In the last maybe 20 years, 15 years. Right in here. Yeah, I came in here and it's like, what the fuck is right here?
Well, let's just wait right there. Just sit here and listen. Go ahead. When I came in here, I heard something walk around the bed. Just like this, Greg. When I stopped right here, it was going like this. It didn't hit this, but it walked around the bed. Whatever it was. It's almost like, and then she got touched again when she came in.
I thought it touched my head.
So, and now I'm getting cold chills. So something's definitely hanging out in this room.
There's a little creepy door thing that goes up into the ceiling.
Is that an attic up there, Paul? What is that up there?
I've never
You don't
seen it.
know?
I don't like closets in this
It's
room.
like a
It,
Oh yeah, it's like a
hole
crawl
that
space.
goes up
probably
into the
so, yeah.
It's a
I would
crawl
think
space,
so.
Greg.
hole.
That's weird.
If we went up in the or something.
I know. It
Yeah.
just this room feels like
Because it's
somebody.
open some.
To me, it feels like somebody got
Here,
beat.
Greg, go pull the sliding door open. I think we should look up there when we come do an investigation. What do you think? Just to pop up there and shine a flashlight, right?
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
So we need to make sure we bring ourselves a
A little
ladder.
Yep.
You want to write that down in your book? We need a step ladder.
Small step ladder. All right.
Here you go.
Oh, she left it here. Is there any crawl space stuff in here in this room? Is there a closet in here? Yeah, there is. Nothing in here? Just in that room, right, where you got touched?
Yeah, no, there's nothing in the closet. It just feels really weird. This room is the worst out of all of them.
This 33?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33.
I'm telling you, I heard something walk around that bed when I went in there and stopped.
What's the whole?
And I listened for you guys to be walking, and I could hear you out here walking, but not in
When we
there.
were all in there, I heard something out here walking.
Walking,
I heard
exactly.
something in here when you guys left.
So
I was the last one in here. I heard something. Now it could have been the, you know,
Floor.
it's
fluctuating,
From us
but,
walking.
yeah,
but
But
not
we
in
were
another
all in
bedroom.
there, and I
Yeah,
heard something
so
in
yeah.
that's the thing is when you're in another bedroom and you hear something, it's
Right.
nobody else doing it.
What's the hole go
We don't
To-
know. We're gonna find out when we come back.
to? Ugh. Okay. Ew. Really?
Mikey.
Okay.
Mikey, get up there.
Huh?
Oh,
Mikey, get up there.
Boost Michael up.
Oh, we definitely put Michael up there. He's skinny.
Yeah, I couldn't stay in here. I could not stay. Out of all the rooms, the first one that we went into and this one have been the worst.
Okay.
But this one, it feels like somebody got punched and kicked and beaten.
Somebody got
in
beat
here.
up in here. And get
Yeah.
in.
I
You never know.
You know, I hate
You'd
to
be
say
surprised. A couple of years ago or something. What room did the worker die in again?
It's 37.
37? Okay. One minute next.
Well, I peeked in. And then I peeked out. Okay.
Okay. This room's stuffy, but not as bad as out there. It's
You're
not as bad as
absolutely
out
right.
there. It feels a little bit calmer in here.
That whole way in that back bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, this one was like I got touched in that room. Touched my head. No,
Did you hear that? Did you hear something?
What was it?
Mm-hmm.
A noise?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I heard it like over top of them talking, but
Kind of went.
oh yeah, I heard that, but over top of them,
I looked right at the AC unit to see if it was
it's
on.
not on.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
I stepped out. So someone stepped
I know. I heard the stepping.
behind.
When you stopped, it kept
All
stepping.
all the
They're always
time.
following you, aren't they?
That's what I'm saying. I gotta keep my back to the wall when I'm vacuuming.
I feel like I'm
serious.
looking
I'm
right
vacuuming
now.
like this.
Here, I feel like I'm looking right at somebody. Right here. Right here. Like actually in here in the closet. Like somebody in here.
It feels like
Now I think they're following us, wondering what we're doing.
It just feels like I'm right face to face with
I've
them.
got cold chills.
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Something touched me again. Alright, I'm getting out of there. I'm telling you, I felt it. It like was on the back of my neck. This room is haunted. It's haunted. And I got that chill and the cold, but I'm hot. Hot, cold, right? I couldn't sleep in here. I heard it compress behind me too.
Greg?
Yeah. Yeah, on my arm.
That was not. I didn't drop that. It was like this.
Really?
Something flicked it out of my hand.
Wasn't me.
That's why I looked
I had
at
both.
you real quick.
I had both hands on the
I
camera.
was like this, and I had it like this. Look, and it flicked it out of my hand onto the floor. And I looked at him real quick to see if he hit me. No. We know you're here. You don't have to keep showing up.
Oh my god. Oh, you poor thing.
Room 36,
Yeah.
37. This is where the worker died.
Yeah, this is where he stayed. He stayed.
You stayed
So,
here.
Well,
He's here, huh?
he stayed here.
That's what I mean. He's here.
Yeah,
right?
he stayed here in this room. The funny thing is, not so funny though, the last thing that he did was look through here, out this window, to the front thing there, the front road. Okay. I'll tell another thing that's being conveyed. Is this locked? Where does this go to? Should I open it?
Where's that door go to?
It's just a,
Closet?
it's a closet for the, which,
The
water
hot water
heater.
heater?
Water
Okay.
heater. Yeah, that's where I was looking.
Yeah. The reason that when he passed away, he stayed here.
Yeah, he
This
said
was
that too. He
this
said
was
he
his
lived here.
This was his favorite area. His favorite room.
He said he
and-
lived here. This is where he
Okay.
stayed.
He stayed. That's what he's saying. And then he looked out that window there, right there, all the time.
Okay. Onto the street, I would too. To laugh at all
Yeah.
the tourists,
He was a smoker. He smoked.
right? Spending all their money.
And this is
Mhm.
really freaking crazy
Let me see it.
because there's one of those hatches going up into the ceiling again in there.
Okay. Oh yeah. Another crawl space on top of this part of the motel.
This didn't used to be.
What's he saying?
This used to
This used to be a comic book store.
This used to be a store.
Yeah.
Back a while back, and then we
Yeah.
just bought it and turned it.
There was a gift area or something.
Yeah, it was something
Okay.
like that. It was like a gift shop.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Store or something.
Uh-huh.
This is a while back.
Yep. Okay.
Like 15 years ago, probably.
All right.
Yeah, that was tragic.
All right.
That was tragic.
Can you get the lights out there, Jerry?
Huh?
Out there in that room, can you turn on some lights?
It's funny how people don't, when they die inside of a building, a lot of times they stay in the building and they don't. He didn't have anybody. That's the sad thing. This guy didn't have anybody. He had this. This is it. This one right there? Yep.
There we go.
Is it good?
It's better.
All right.
Yep, that's what he had. This was his family here.
Okay.
The Colton Motel and that time period that he was in, this was what he had. He had no relatives or anything in the area, so.
This was home.
Yeah, this was him.
All right.
This one, I don't feel the maliciousness. Like 33 was very, very. I'm sweating profusely. I don't sweat at all. I asked Kat to work out for 3 hours at the gym and never sweat. But I'm sweating from the left side, and that's of course my left, for psychic. And my feet are sweating. It's very odd. This room doesn't have the maliciousness in it though. Like 33 was horrible. Like you could feel that spirit in the closet. You could feel him in there, literally standing in there. I say him, but there was a noise in there. I heard. I could hear a voice, but it wasn't audible.
Right.
It was more like a mumbling, low growling in that room. So
Okay.
I don't know what happened in that room. It was something that felt like.
We're gonna move on to 36.
Okay.
So let's move on to the next room, 36. As we're winding down this, pre-investigation walkthrough with Madam Della. Madam Della?
Yeah. Yeah, he's over here with us. This one also is inhabited by that same spirit that passed
The
on
old
the
guy?
property. Yep. He is just moving along between these two rooms.
And
you
the
know what?
outside probably?
Huh?
And the
Oh
outside?
yeah, but right now it's these two rooms is where he's staying.
He's wondering what we're doing.
This
Correct.
room is also has no maliciousness to it at all, along with the room next to us.
Okay.
It feels comfortable and it doesn't have the depression either. At all.
This is a different setup here, Greg, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But what I was seeing is there's something blue was reflecting on the side here.
Yeah.
I saw
There's
that.
a light over there that's
The
blue.
open sign? Yeah.
So-
Greg, can you wake me up when we're done this?
Yeah, there's no malicious here.
Good.
Those other rooms are harboring.
Put the other ones in the back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 27, it's more like the outside of the room, but the door was cracked when we were there.
Yeah.
And the other ones we went in and out of was 33, and the first one we went in, I don't know what number that was.
Right.
These two were fine. I mean, we may get EVPs in here, for sure.
Oh,
It
definitely.
may be
I
him.
guarantee it.
But 33 is jacked.
All right.
To put it mildly. 33 is jacked. We don't know what that is in the He's so cute. He's like, I'm filming you. You gonna film him, Greg? Little boy. Yeah, I feel happy in here because spirit is not very loud.
Come on, Greg.